All right, let's do this, shall we? Here we go. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to this wonderful Sunday morning. All right, we're going to be talking about all things fantasy football here in a couple seconds. I'm going to switch screens. I got to make sure, okay, we're good there. Switch screens to our updated rankings. We'll have updated rankings for quarterback top 16, running back top 36, wide receiver top 36, and tight end top 16. What am I looking at right here? Just wires on my tape. Yep, I just move the wires. Okay, we're good there. Just making sure. Quality check. All right, so we're good to go. Hopefully, for those of you who have already logged into the live stream here, you can leave a like down below. Really would make a huge difference. Help me out a lot. So let's get into this, shall we? As we are all anticipating. Okay, so as you can actually, you know what, I gotta do something. I gotta lock that. All right, perfect. So as you can see on the screen, on the very left, we have top 16 quarterbacks, and then underneath that, the players that are officially out. Underneath, with of course McCaffrey, Swift, David Johnson on the injured reserve, Joe Mixon recently on the injured reserve. Gaskin possibly comes off injured reserve this upcoming week, but we'll see. Kenny Galladay, Danny Amendola, Laviska Shenault, and Sammy Watkins all out this week. So hopefully all is well there. I didn't even check my audio, so I'm going to assume that it's, let me just actually see if I can hear it. Okay, no, we're fine. Okay. Hopefully this helps you out a bit, guys. Outside of that, everything above me, basically like the best matchups, the worst matchups of the week, in terms of by position. Typically the stuff that we talked about during the week, just to kind of give you guys a reminder as to what are some of the better matchups. I know a lot of you guys are wondering what exactly my thoughts are on this entire Saints ordeal with Taysom Hill taking the starting position. As of right now, I have him as my number 11 quarterback, in a 4-point per passing touchdown league, mainly because he's going to be running the ball a lot. Again, I still think he's got pretty relatively good value, assuming, of course, he is going to have the full job and they're not going to start trading back and forth on series. But we'll just have to wait and see how exactly it all transpires. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let me check something real quick. Happy Sunday to all of you. Okay, here we go. So a couple questions have already come through via donation. Again, for those of you who are new to the channel or haven't been here in a while, I typically answer questions via donation at a priority. Again, supporting the channel makes a huge difference, and I also try to help those who send me a message on Patreon and or the Discord. So again, I will try to answer you guys' questions. I just got to catch up on all these donations, and then I will get into the chat and try to answer as many as I possibly can today. Okay? Sounds good. So, Edward Rodriguez, thank you very much. Salutations, Andrew. PPR, pick 2. Let's see here. Let's scroll back up here. Godwin, Cooper, Michael Thomas, Claypool, Gurley. Thank you. Okay, so out of the group, I'm not going to play Gurley. I'd rather play some of these wide receivers, specifically Godwin and Michael Thomas. That's who I'm going to roll with. Claypool's a close third in this group, but in terms of a full PPR, he's not going to be catching the ball more than maybe 6 or 7 times today. I think that in itself is a generous prediction at that point, based on his catch rate as of the last couple weeks. So I'm going to lean towards Michael Thomas and Godwin there, of course, with Claypool relying on the touchdown upside on a consistent basis. But Michael Thomas and Chris Godwin are my suggestions, Edward. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Jesse Aldridge sent in a dono, but there's no message attached to it. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Amari Cooper and Jacoby Myers or Antonio Brown. Okay, so Amari Cooper, Jacoby Myers, Antonio Brown, Robbie Anderson, pick 2 out of the 4. Yeah, it's I think it's pretty simple in my eyes. I really do like Amari Cooper today against Minnesota secondary. They haven't been great all season long. Andy Dalton comes back, kind of gives them an extra boost in terms of the passing game. And then outside of the rest of those guys, I'm going to lean with Jacoby Myers. He's been pretty consistent as of late. I think Teddy Bridgewater is most likely going to miss today, which is why I have DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson a little bit lower on the rankings. So I do think, again, Jacoby Myers being consistent, and of course Antonio Brown in a more difficult matchup per se than playing against Houston. That's what I'll go with, Jesse. Appreciate it. All right, let's see here. The Real Baseball King 25 says flex A.J. Brown, J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson, or Zeke. Have Chubb and Sanders as my running backs and Devontae Adams and DK as my wide receivers. Okay, cool. So out of the group, if you have to flex only one of them, it's a matter of what scoring format you're in, just purely. I think if you're in a half PPR, I'm pretty comfortable playing Antonio Gibson there. I think if you're in a full PPR, Gibson's also a good option, but I think there's a chance. Well, I think Antonio Gibson might be. I was going to say there's a chance that J.D. McKissick might get the nod from me based purely off of his targets, 29 in the last 2 weeks. Those are wide receiver one, opportunities to say the very least. And that in itself kind of has me a little excited about the potential of starting him. Him maybe getting 8 to 9 catches in a singular game on the upside with 60 yards. He ends up being a 15-point play without really having to do much on the ground. So I like the upside there in a full PPR for J.D. McKissick, of course, but I think Antonio Gibson is probably the safest play of the bunch. Real Baseball King, thank you very much. Good-looking team, to say the very least, you have there. All right, Stephen Drakes, thank you very much, says, need 2 and a flex. We have Kareem Hunt, Kalen Ballage, James Robinson, and Cooper Kupp, in a full PPR format. Okay. In a full PPR format, which will be different than what I have on screen because on screen it is a half PPR scoring format, I will probably be playing Hunt, Ballage, and Cooper Kupp. James Robinson gets very limited work out of the backfield without Gardner Minshew under center. And of course, Chris Thompson coming back from injury. And I think it's who the heck was catching the ball out of the backfield? There's another running back there. I got to go find it, actually. It's going to kill me if I don't actually remember his name. Let's see here. If we go to Jacksonville, snap counts last week. Yeah, Derek Gumbawale, the former Tampa Bay running back. He played about 16% of the snaps. He's taken a couple catches out of the backfield, a couple targets. So again, and then playing against Pittsburgh, I think in a full PPR with Ballage catching the ball as much as he had, Kareem Hunt and Cooper Kupp, they all have a pretty solid baseline on top of the upside of a touchdown, which kind of makes me lean in the direction over James Robinson. I know he's a stud at this point, but yeah, that's where I'm going with, Steven. Appreciate it. Ball Don't Lie says Peterson or A.J. Brown at the flex, and then Herbert or Lamar. I prefer Justin Herbert far and away. I know he's just one notch ahead of Lamar Jackson as of right now in terms of my rankings on the left for a 4-point per passing touchdown league. But I think, again, playing against the New York Jets is typically a really easy matchup. And with that entire offense being relatively healthy and kind of firing on all cylinders in terms of being able to score on a consistent weekly basis, leads me in their direction. I do like Lamar, for those of you guys who have him, just to kind of put it in perspective. The Tennessee Titans, who don't have a pass rush, will be missing Jadeveon Clowney today, so that also helps. Lamar, who obviously their offensive line without Ronnie Stanley at the left tackle position and Marshall Yonda in the right guard position, they've been struggling pretty heavily this season in terms of protecting Lamar Jackson. I think the fact that Clowney's not there and the rest of their defensive line hasn't been able to pass rush well this season bodes well for them. Also, Adoree Jackson, one of their starting cornerbacks, will be out. So again, if in fact Lamar gets more time in the pocket and the coverage is a little bit significantly weaker in terms of the back end of Tennessee, which their defense has been awful already this season, I think it just continues to lean in his direction. Regardless, we're taking Justin Herbert in the matchup between those two. Peterson or A.J. Brown, I'm going to go A.J. Brown. I'm just going to believe in the stud there. I know Adrian Peterson is probably a lock for 10 points. I think that's where he'll probably sit and be happy. It's whether it's he gets the 75 rushing yards and a couple receptions for yards, or he scores a touchdown with 40 yards and gets himself 10 points. I think that's pretty much his pretty safe production today. So that's why I'm thinking A.J. Brown could probably do more. Thank you very much, Baldwin. All right, let's see here. Tom Page says, hey, Andrew, full PPR, Ronald Jones, Kupp, Marvin Jones, or Jerry Jeudy. Okay, out of the group, I don't think Ronald Jones is going to have that good of a day this week. I know he had 198 yards and a touchdown last week, and that's all great. But as of right now, in a full PPR format, I'm going to lean in the direction of Cooper Kupp and or Marvin Jones. I prefer Cooper Kupp, of course. I think Marvin Jones is in a pretty advantageous position considering the fact that there is no Kenny Golladay, Danny Amendola, DeAndre Swift. So there will be targets going in his direction, but I still think that Cooper Kupp, as of right now, could probably get more receptions and not have to rely upon touchdown upside in order to be a relevant play this week. So I go with Kupp there. Hector says, hard decision to make as my RB2 this week. Nyheim Hines, Kalen Ballage, or Miles Sanders. I'm going to go with Miles Sanders. I think, of course, because of the fact that he's been averaging over 5 yards per carry as of late, and that offense is going to have to run the ball. Again, I have it I think I have it indicated on the screen. Yeah, so just above my bald head right here, it says that weather concerns are Philadelphia at Cleveland. So this is 3 consecutive games in which the Cleveland Browns have played at home. They have also dealt with pretty insane weather conditions in the past 3 games that they've played. Of course, the first one being against the Las Vegas Raiders, and then they had a bye week, then came back last week against the Houston Texans, and then this week we'll play against Philadelphia. So the weather has been undefeated in Cleveland. There is just no chance that anybody's going to be passing the ball in that game at a consistent enough level to find confidence there. So I think, of course, Miles Sanders, who has been relatively good, that offensive line's been playing a lot better, should be able to take the RB2 spot for your team and produce pretty well today. Appreciate it, Hector. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find the question here. Where is there a question attached to this? Unfortunately, I can't find one. Okay, so I'll come back to it in a second. Your mom, 1669, thank you very much, says, need 2, full PPR, Melvin Gordon, Jonathan Taylor, DJ Chark, Duke Johnson. Out of the group, I prefer DJ Chark and Duke Johnson. Thank you very much. New Life says, Taysom Hill, what do you think? I think he plays against the easiest matchup on the week, playing against the Atlanta Falcons, of course. If, in fact, they play him like he's supposed to be played, he's going to be running the ball maybe the entire game, checking it down and allowing Michael Thomas and Jared Cook and, of course, Alvin Kamara, their most dynamic weapon, to just be able to make yardage after the catch and make him a relevant quarterback just off of playing in a similar offense that Drew Brees has been playing in, right? Just check down the ball and let your talented receivers around you make plays. And I think, of course, the ability to run a QB power on a consistent basis and have goal line, red zone threat in terms of getting the upside of a touchdown, that in itself kind of leans me in his direction. That's why I have him as high as I do, because, again, a lot of these other quarterbacks in a 4-point per passing touchdown league, if Taysom Hill ends up getting 40 yards in a touchdown, I mean, that's 2 touchdowns plus for a regular quarterback in terms of being able to keep up. But either way, that is my thought process there. New Life, appreciate it. Big Tizzy says Josh Reynolds or Kerryon Johnson in a full PPR. I'd go Josh Reynolds there. Just based purely on the fact that he's gotten as many targets as he has in the last couple of weeks and as much utilization. Defenses are always going to key in on trying to stop Robert Woods, stop the running game, and then Cooper Kupp. And then, seamlessly, Josh Reynolds seems to just get past defenses, find open pockets, and continue to get targets from Jared Goff, which just continues to make him fantasy relevant. Okay, so I have to find the question for, Hug T Reg says, flex, PPR, Jacoby Myers, Jamison Crowder, Damian Harris. Okay, if we're going full PPR, out of those 3, I'm going to lean with the wide receivers because, of course, Damian Harris, though he has a really advantageous matchup, unless he breaks out a big run, touchdowns are typically going to be siphoned by either Rex Burkhead and or Cam Newton in the red zone. I think Cam Newton already has 9 rushing touchdowns this year, so that's definitely not great for him. As of right now, in a full PPR, I really do like Jamison Crowder playing against the Los Angeles Chargers this week. So that is my suggestion. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Dead Pulse. Why did it update? And now I got to scroll back up. Okay, Dead Pulse. Let's see here. Chiefs or Vikings defense? Corey Davis. Okay, so Chiefs or Vikings? Between the two, I'm going to go with the Chiefs defense. I think they'll play a lot better this week in comparison to the last time they played against the Raiders. So I'll go with the Chiefs defense. And then between Corey Davis, KJ Hamler, and Emmanuel Sanders, I'm probably going to go with Corey Davis there. Yeah, Corey Davis is my suggestion there. Thank you very much, Dead Pulse. Wyatt Wallace says full PPR flex, Giovanni Bernard or DJ Moore. I'm going to go with Giovanni Bernard. Thank you very much. Ryan Kilpatrick says, Standard League, RB1 Balaj, RB2 Duke Johnson, Flex Boyd, Rojo, Brandon Cooks, Gio. If you're going to have to flex one of those players, it's, in my opinion, Giovanni Bernard. Thank you very much, Ryan. Appreciate it. Let's see here. O'More says AP or Nyheim Hines. I'm going to go with Nyheim Hines today. Just slightly, but I mean, he's literally one notch ahead of him in terms of my rankings. I really like Nyheim Hines today. And they said he'll get bulk of the touches, which I anticipate as well. Thanks for everything you do. You make me happy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words and the donation. Yeah, again, as of right now, I do like Nyheim Hines today. Of course, he's got to accompany his performance with either the upwards of 4 to 5 catches or a touchdown in order to make him a pretty solid play. The fact that he plays against Green Bay does make it a pretty easy transition this week. I'm hoping that they'll be in a pretty good spot this week to at least get him some better touches and let him really just take over the backfield. At this point, Jonathan Taylor hasn't shown any sign of life, so let Nyheim Hines just eat. Raj Patel says half PPR pick 2, Jacoby Myers, Damian Harris, or DJ Moore. I'm going to go with Jacoby Myers and Damian Harris out of those 3. Thank you very much, Raj. 100-Yard Podcast says pick 3, James Conner, James Robinson, Adam Thielen, T. Higgins. If I'm picking 3 out of this group, I'm going Thielen, Higgins, and Robinson. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. 100-Yard Podcast. Thielen, Higgins, Robinson. All right. Nick Kane says Gibson, Claypool, CEH, or AB, starting Balaj. Okay, so if you're starting Balaj already, I think I'm going with Gibson as the second option there. Thank you very much, Nick. Andrew Horton says, hey, need a half PPR flex, Bernard, CEH, or Godwin? Ooh, that is a really good question. I'm thinking that I kind of want to... Yeah, I'm going to go with Godwin there. Man, it's tough. In a full PPR, I'd have way more confidence. It's just a matter of like, can Bernard... I mean, I know he's had 2 20-point performances, but those are accompanied by a touchdown. If he doesn't find himself in the end zone against Washington, he'd be in pretty big trouble. I think Godwin probably has a pretty big week this week against the Los Angeles Rams. So I'm going to go ahead and just lock in Godwin there. Andrew Horton, I appreciate it. Edward Rodriguez, thank you very much. It says... Standard League, pick 2, Gurley, Balaj, Bernard, Higgins. Okay, so if I'm picking 2 out of that group, I'm probably going Bernard and in a Standard League specifically. Bernard and... Do I want to go Gurley in a standard format? I think Balaj could be able to do it probably. Yeah, probably Bernard and Balaj there. I think Gurley is so touchdown dependent in a tough matchup. It really could end up biting him in the ass. That's my only issue. I think, what is it? 916 Chaos Lord in the chat was saying, let's get those likes up. Yes, I agree. If you guys are in here and you're appreciating content that I do on a weekly basis and giving updated rankings on Sunday mornings, please do make sure to click the like button. It really does make a huge difference. It helps out the channel a lot, so I appreciate that. Chaos Lord for reminding everybody, and if you guys could go ahead and do so, that'd be awesome. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, as of the standard, Balaj and Bernard are pretty good options. I mean, Gurley is probably the go-to considering he's been the stud running back of your team. So, you know, playing the potential of Gurley and Bernard, just you're good to go. But yeah, you know what? I think actually the best play in a standard league is probably Balaj and Gurley and just leave Bernard on the bench. I think the reason I lean with Bernard is because, of course, he's going to catch the ball a pretty fair amount of times this week. And that's why I have him as high as I do in my rankings. So as of right now, we go Gurley and Balaj there in a standard league. Just looking for touchdown upside, of course. For my other question, starting Godwin over Claypool, does it matter that I have Big Ben as my quarterback? I mean, I don't think it really technically matters as a stack. Unless, of course, you assume that Chase Claypool is going to be scoring multiple touchdowns this week. I think if you're playing in a standard league, though, I think Claypool is probably the better play than Godwin. Just putting it out there because, again, you're looking for touchdown upside. I think Claypool's probably got a higher likelihood of that against Jacksonville rather than Godwin versus the Rams. Let's see here. 10 p.m. Pedro says pick 2, standard, Hunt, Balaj, Hines, or McKissick. In a standard league, I'm going to go Kareem Hunt and Kalen Balaj. Thank you very much there, 10 p.m. Pedro. Let's see here. Mike Jimenez says Pick 2, full PPR, DJ Chark, Jacoby Myers, Robert Woods, Jalen Reagor, Tim Patrick, or Michael Pittman Jr. All right, so if I'm picking 2 in a full PPR, I'm leaning in the direction of going with Robert Woods and DJ Chark. I think the third option there of Jacoby Myers is a pretty safe one. So again, if you're looking just for a safe play to get yourself easily 10 to 12 points in a half PPR scoring, in a full PPR scoring format, Jacoby Myers is a safe play. But I think there's more upside to be had with Woods and or Chark today, and that's why I'm going to go with them. Mike, appreciate it. Let's see here. Gerardo Alberto says, need 2 running backs, flex and a flex, full PPR. James Conner, Ahmed, Giovanni Bernard, Jacoby Myers, Duke Johnson. All right, if we're going with 2 running backs out of this group, I'm going with James Conner and Giovanni Bernard. And then in terms of a full PPR flex between Ahmed, Duke Johnson, and Jacoby Myers, I'm probably going to go with Jacoby Myers there because, again, he's pretty safe for 12 to 13 points and has the upside of a touchdown, which is always nice against Houston. So we go Gio, James Conner, and Myers there. Gerardo, appreciate it. Superstar Frenzy says full PPR. Peterson or Marquise Brown? Thanks. I'm going to go with Adrian Peterson there. I appreciate it. Andrew Persina says flex play, Damian Harris or Mike Williams, full PPR. Man, Mike Williams wasn't great this last week. He's shown himself pretty good consistency, though, in comparison. I think in a full PPR, if Damian Harris scores, then he makes his week. He could easily get himself 14 fantasy points if he scores. I think Mike Williams, just off of receptions and yards, can do that in a full PPR and pretty much eclipses the value of Damian Harris. So I'm honestly going to go Mike Williams there. Andrew Piscina, I appreciate it. Unless you think, of course, Damian Williams is going to fall in the end zone and Cam Newton's not going to steal it this week. All right, let's see here. All right, so I'm looking at this last name, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't even know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to even try to butcher it. So we'll just go with Adam Zinn. Thank you very much. It says PPR, pick 2, Claypool, AB, Balaj, Fulgham, Ronald Jones. Out of the bunch, I'm going to go with Claypool and Balaj. Appreciate it, Adam. Brad Bosley says, would you start Giovanni Bernard or Mike Davis over any of these receivers in a full PPR? Godwin, MT, Myers, Woods. And then the follow-up question was, how do you feel about MT with Hill over Winston? All right, so here's the thing. I think that the offense is most likely going to look very similar to the way it's looked in the last couple of years. I don't think Sean Payton, in the matter of a singular week, has had an entire other folder, called the Taysom Hill backup plan. I don't think there's a possibility that they have an entire different playbook. I think Taysom Hill is going to have his spicy plays here and there. He's going to be running the ball a consistent amount. He's going to be, QB sneaking and QB power, counter, trick plays galore. They're probably going to just chalk it all up. They'll have all those. But they're going to be a pretty consistent offense and at least have themselves, a couple checkdowns in the direction of Michael Thomas. If Michael Thomas is healthy and ready to go, I'm pretty sure Taysom Hill is probably going to go to his best wide receiver on the field. I mean, the best wide receiver as of late has been Alvin Kamara, but as of right now, I would say that Michael Thomas should be fine in terms of total workload. Now, would I start Gio or Davis over any of those wide receivers in a full PPR? Yeah. I'd actually start Gio and Davis over Myers and Woods in a full PPR. So I'd play Godwin, MT, Gio, and Davis. I think, where is it? Jesse Aldridge in the chat saying, Andrew, did you get my question? Yeah, I answered it in the beginning, but I'll go back and I'll try to answer it again. I would say rewind to the beginning because I don't know if I'm going to be able to find your question because it wasn't attached to your initial message. Let me see if I can find it. No, I can't find it. So, actually I did. Okay. So, should I start King Henry or would it be better to put in Ahmad or Balaj? No, I'm playing Derrick Henry today. If you guys just watched last Sunday night's football game between the Ravens and the New England Patriots, it's pretty apparent how bad the Baltimore Ravens are without Calais Campbell. And I think they're going to be missing their other interior defensive lineman, Brandon Williams. Without those two guys, they cannot stop the run, purely. So Derrick Henry should be good. I know they're going to be missing Roger Saffold, their left guard, all-pro. But they should be in a pretty advantageous spot just based off of the rest of their offensive line playing pretty well. Interestingly enough, their first round pick only now gets the start, which is interesting. Okay, so let's move on. 949 says pick 2 full PPR. Mike Davis, James Robinson, Giovanni Bernard, and Rojo. In a full PPR, I'm going Giovanni Bernard and Mike Davis there. Appreciate it, 949. Jack R says, great advice. Last week, we appreciate it. Full PPR, pick 1. Full PPR, start one flex. Okay, so I'm assuming, let's see here. Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, Robert Woods. Okay, so there we go. That was the... Okay, so if I'm starting one quarterback between Big Ben and Watson, I'm playing Big Ben today against Jacksonville. Now, as of Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, and Robert Woods, I'm playing Deontay Johnson there. So I'm going to stack the Big Ben Deontay Johnson stack there. Jack R, appreciate it. Lean Ranger says, greetings from the UK, full PPR. Deontay Johnson, Claypool, T. Higgins, pick 2. Is it risky to play 2 wide receivers on the same team? I also have Big Ben as my quarterback. I don't think it's overtly risky. I think based on what they've been able to do for the last couple weeks now, they've already kind of established that you can have 3 consistent wide receivers on the team scoring touchdowns, just if in fact they're going to throw the ball as much as they've had. Of course, Ben Roethlisberger had the most passing yards of the season last week against the Cincinnati Bengals. If he doesn't come up close to that, if he does half as many yards and half as many touchdowns, of course, you're going to feel that in terms of starting 2 of those wide receivers. But I still think that Claypool and Deontay Johnson are better plays than T. Higgins this week, and that's why I'll suggest them. Lean Ranger, appreciate it. Stephen Hairston, says, I need a flex for a full PPR. Chark, Evans, Parker, or Crowder. Out of the group, honestly, I'm going to go Crowder. In a full PPR, I think Chark is a pretty good play this week, but I think Crowder just has so much inherent value there that I'm just not going to be able to find that elsewhere. So I'm going to go Jamison Crowder there. Appreciate it, Steven. Kenton says, PPR, pick 3, Chark, Kupp, Myers, Ballage, and Crowder. All right, so out of the group, I'm probably going Cooper Kupp, Kalen Ballage, Jamison Crowder in a full PPR. Appreciate it, Kenton. Liam123 says Lamar or A-Rod. Okay, so let's see here. Lamar or Aaron Rodgers. Okay, A-Rod. That's what I was about to say. I was like, wait, what's going on here? I'm going to go with Lamar there. And then T. Higgins or Hollywood Brown or DJ Chark. We'll go T. Higgins there. Appreciate it. So T. Higgins, Lamar are my suggestions there, Liam. Appreciate it. Jesse, we got to your second question for Derrick Henry. Terry R says, half PPR, pick 2. Woods, Fuller, AP, Ballage, or Mike Williams. Out of the group, I'm probably going with Robert Woods and Kalen Ballage. Appreciate it. Jared, let me check this out real quick. Give me a second, guys. Okay, that's done. All right, cool. So where were we at? Okay. Jared Fry says, Fulgham, Crowder, JD McKissick, it's up to you. Okay, so if I'm picking between the 3 and it's a full PPR, Jared, as you have said, I'm thinking I'm going with JD McKissick. I think JD McKissick and Jamison Crowder might be the same player in a full PPR, but JD McKissick's just been more overtly healthy. And if Alex Smith's going to throw the ball about 50 times a game, 15 are going to go in JD McKissick's direction. If he just catches a couple more this week, he honestly could be a 20-point play just like that. But either way, McKissick is my suggestion there, Jared. Appreciate it. Chad Ziegler says, says full PPR league. Let's see. Need 2 wide receivers in a flex. DJ Moore, DJ Chark, T. Higgins, Jerry Jeudy, Mike Williams, Jalen Reagor, J.D. McKissick, Darrell Henderson. Okay, so if we're going to go with the full PPR league, J.D. McKissick is certainly my favorite flex play there. As for needing 2 wide receivers out of the rest of the group, I'm going to go with DJ Chark and T. Higgins. So T. Higgins, DJ Chark as your 2 wide receivers, and J.D. McKissick as your starting flex. Appreciate it, Chad. Let's see here. Perry Paul says, half PPR league, Salvin Ahmed or Robert Woods. Between the 2, I think Ahmed is probably going to get similar touches that he did last week. I think they're going to be up a lot early, and it's going to certainly get them running the ball late in the game. So I'm probably okay. So So I'm probably going to lean with Ahmed there over Robert Woods in a half PPR. Now, before I continue, okay, there's 894 of you, I guess-ish, in this chat. There's 247 likes. If we could hit that like button, I would really appreciate it, guys. Again, makes a huge difference on the channel. There's 911 of you guys in here again. So, again, if you guys could hit the like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. I see a couple of you in the chat that are saying, like low-key Greens is saying Julio or Keenan Allen. As you can see on the screen, these are updated rankings as of this morning. So, what is on the screen is my preference. I prefer Julio Jones over Keenan Allen based purely on the fact that Marshawn Lattimore, the starting cornerback of the New Orleans Saints, is going to be out, which is already going to make it a tougher thing for New Orleans to be able to stop the Atlanta Falcons passing attack, because their secondary is already weak. But again, everything around me is going to be updated. Appreciate it. I mean, it is updated, so anyway, if we could hit the like button, there's a lot of you guys in here. I know you guys may think, look, I'll even be honest. I'll levy with you guys. When I go to different channels and I watch a video, I don't even drop likes that much. Every now and then I do. I'll be honest. Like that's, and I get it. It's tough. And you think, what's one like gonna do? I'm telling you guys, it literally makes the world's difference in terms of the YouTube algorithm and being able to help grow the channel. It may seem like a pretty minimal thing for a like button to do that much, but I mean, I'm telling you guys, makes the world a difference. All right, let's see here. We just finished Perry's question. Now we move on to Sean Anthony. Full PPR, bench 1. Adrian Peterson, Salvin Ahmed, Duke Johnson, Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor takes the bench. Yeah, he'll take the bench. Also, thoughts on Noah Fant start. I think Noah Fant's a fine start. I mean, I don't think he's one of the top tight end plays of this week. Oh, I forgot to mention, guys, on my tight end list, thank you for reminding me. Well, actually, let me finish my thoughts on Noah Fant. I think because of the fact that Drew Lock is playing, it definitely bodes well for Noah Fant this week. And I think, of course, they're going to be down for majority of the game and have to pass for the second half, and hopefully Noah Fant finds his value there. And getting Myles Gaskin from waivers, I don't mind getting Myles Gaskin for waivers so that if in fact he comes back, you can go ahead and pair him with Ahmed and kind of figure out who exactly is going to be the starter there. Let's see here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, cool. So we answer that. Drop or bench Jonathan Taylor, and then Noah Fant should be good. Pick up Myles Gaskin if you can. Okay, so what I was going to mention is if you look at the half PPR tight end rankings right now, my number 2 is Taysom Hill, because on ESPN specifically, you can start Taysom Hill as a tight end this week. So if in fact you have the opportunity to do so, I would certainly play him as a tight end this week over Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, Hawkinson, because again, he's going to be the starting quarterback of his team. So the only reason that this actually is the case is everyone's in the chat spamming. Sony Michelle's inactive. Thank you very much for the reminder. The only reason that I wanted to put Taysom Hill up here is because, again, I know many of you may have already picked him up and have the opportunity to play him at tight end. I think it's a great option. Again, the only reason this is taking place is mainly because prior to this week, him being named the starting quarterback, or he hasn't even been named, quote unquote, the starting quarterback of the team, but ever since this week has begun, the weeks prior, he has been given the designation to be able to be played at the tight end position because he's pretty much being used as a tight end there. So again, if in fact he's in your league and he's available, take advantage of it, play him at your tight end spot, should be good to go. All right, let's see here. Fantasy Pros in the chat says, hey Andrew, we're digging the stream. We'd love to have you on the Fantasy Pros podcast soon. Thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind sending us an email. Okay, so I saw your message about 3 weeks ago, and you said, send me an email here. I sent the email maybe 2.5 weeks ago. I didn't get a response, so maybe it's in your spam. Either way, I'll send the email again later this afternoon. Appreciate you guys reaching out. I'd be happy to come on. But again, I did send the email. I did not ignore you guys. I sent one. Just saying. Anyway, appreciate you guys coming by, supporting the channel and my efforts. Okay, so let's get back to some of these questions here. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, so we did Sean Anthony's questions. We're back. Okay, so Terry R says, which defense? Philadelphia, New Orleans, Green Bay, Kansas City, Washington, Cincinnati. I currently have the New Orleans defense. Okay, so out of the group, I'm thinking, let's see here. That's probably I don't really want to play against. I don't really want to play New Orleans defense, even though they've been pretty good in the. Let's see here. What to say? I'll have the podcast producer check the spam. Yeah, I'm telling you, because I sent that thing. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'll send another one either way, or I'll just I'll tweet you guys and we can DM later tonight or today. Either way, appreciate you guys. Okay, so let's see here. As of the defenses, let me go to my defensive rankings. I don't even know what's going on here. Let's go to my Excel sheet here. Let's see what I got. I'm kind of leaning in the direction of one of two teams. It's either between Green Bay or Kansas City as of right now in my mind. Let's see here. Okay, so as of right now, even though I like the idea of going Kansas City, based purely on the fact that the entire Raiders defense did not practice all week long because of the entire COVID tracing situation. They did not practice at all this week. So I'm thinking if Kansas City can get up early, just run the clock out in the second half, I think Kansas City's defense playing against Derek Carr, who wants to pass the whole time, could be a pretty exciting sight to see. Do I want to commit to that though? Or do I want to go with Green Bay versus Mr. Phillip Rivers? Okay, I'm going to go with Phillip Rivers. Yeah, you know what? Let's go Green Bay. That's my suggestion right now. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. I agree. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go Green Bay there. I don't know, man. Defenses are a tricky one, man. I'm just trying to find baseline points, and I think Phillip Rivers can't consistently put together good performances, back to back. So, again, as of right now, I'll probably just go Green Bay there. It's tough, Terry. It's definitely tough. Jesse, I'll get to your third question once I get down to it in the order in which they were sent in. Appreciate it. All right. Alexander says Marvin Jones Jr. or Adrian Peterson in a half PPR. In between the two of them, I'm probably going to go with Marvin Jones Jr. I think he's been pretty relevant in terms of fantasy as of late. Let's see here. What does it say? It looks like Teddy Bridgewater is playing. Okay, interesting. That makes it very, very interesting. Bridgewater was originally my number 16 overall quarterback, by the way. The only reason I switched him out is because I thought he was going to possibly miss today, by the way. But anyway, Alexander Mura. I'm probably going to go Marvin Jones today. Again, there's no Kenny Golladay and there's no Danny Amendola. Marvin Jones is pretty much, outside of Hawkinson, the only pass catcher on this team. So, and of course, this is the Lions offense. They have to throw. And of course, they will be able to get some work there in his direction. Glenn says, PPR, need 3 wide receivers. Can only drop Balaj or Ayuk. Let's see here. Josh Reynolds, Keelan Cole, KJ Hamler, Marvin Hall. Let's see here. MVS, Hardman, Patrick, Hollywood Brown. Okay, so need 3 wide receivers. Can only drop. Okay, so if you have to drop between Balaj and Ayuk, I mean, my goodness, you're in a tough spot there, because I do like Ayuk rest of the season, and I think Balaj, until of course Eckler comes back, is a pretty solid RB2 play going forward. As of who you have to drop right now, it based on of course what kind of depth you have. If you only have 3 running backs, if you only have Gio, McKissick, and Balaj, you kind of have to keep him in order to maybe start him next week in case an injury happens or something of that nature. So you might have to just keep him for now. As for the 3 wide receivers, I like Josh Reynolds. I like MVS because I'm assuming Lazard is. He'll try to go today. I don't think he'll go. And then after that, I'm probably going with KJ Hamler based on 20 targets in the last 2 weeks. So MVS, Josh Reynolds, and Hamler there. And then we have Gio, or pick one, Gio or McKissick. If I'm picking between one of those two in a full PPR, I'm probably going JD McKissick. Just so many safe points there in terms of receptions. Let's see here. Kula Maganti says full PPR. Flex, pick 2, Chubb, CEH, Bernard, or Thielen. In a full PPR, if I have to pick 2 out of that bunch, I'm going to go with Chubb and Thielen. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Kula. Gung Ho Joe says Balaj, Duke Johnson, or Gurley. Pick one. Based on scoring format, I think if you're in a full PPR, I'm kind of leaning in the direction of Balaj there. If it's at a half PPR standard, I think Gurley's probably got upside of scoring a touchdown somehow this week because he's just been that guy this year. Let's hear Shane Newton, yes, full PPR. Shane Newton says half PPR. I don't know why I went to full because I saw Will Fuller and I just thought full PPR anyway. Will Fuller or AD today? Between the two of them, I'm thinking in a half PPR, Will Fuller. Let's see here. Zach Stolpa says full PPR, Rojo, Salvin Ahmed. I lean Sal because Fournette exists. Yeah, I mean, Fournette's existence is a matter of what exactly we get on a given week. It's so much a coin toss on a weekly basis. But again, I think that they're so close in my back-to-back rank. I think I have to, let me see here. I have Rojo number 19 and Ahmed number 20. I think they're back-to-back. So they're relatively close in terms of my rankings. Again, if you prefer going Ahmed because of course, Fournette, I support your decision. I'm perfectly fine there. I think in a full PPR, of course, Rojo gets a little bit more work in terms of the passing game this season, which kind of gives him a little bit more stability, of course, because if he can catch the ball maybe 3 or 4 times, which we've definitely seen him do a lot this season, then I think in comparison to Ahmed, of course, if Ahmed doesn't score a touchdown, Rojo could take the cake there. Chris Montoya says, pick one half PPR, Hollywood Brown, Josh Reynolds, Michael Pittman Jr., or Jalen Reagor. Out of the group, I'm probably leaning with Michael Pittman Jr. there. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Osvaldo Hernandez says, full PPR, choose 3. Scary Terry, Deontay Johnson, Claypool, A.J. Brown, Jamison Crowder. Scary Terry for sure. Deontay Johnson for sure. As for the A.J. Brown, Chase Claypool, Jamison Crowder question, I think in a full PPR, Jamison Crowder could honestly be an animal this week with Joe Flacco at quarterback, regardless of who's playing under center. For the Jets, Jamison Crowder's been pretty consistent. If Teddy Bridgewater is out, I thought he was in. Man, what's going on? We're getting false information left, right, and center. Anyway, so let's see here. Between Claypool, A.J. Brown, and Jamison Crowder in a full PPR, if we're looking for safe points, I think the safest play, of course, is Jamison Crowder based on target count, opportunity for getting receptions there, and at least I'm seeing Teddy Bridgewater is inactive. Thank you very much, KS Lord. All right, so he's inactive. So the rankings on the screen are continuing to be viable. Okay. So the whole point is picking 3 out of this group for Osvaldo. We're going Scary Terry, Deontay Johnson. I think I'm just going to roll with Claypool. Yeah, we'll just roll with Claypool. I think Crowder is a good play, but I think Claypool has pretty good upside this week. And I know he's relatively a more volatile pick in terms of a full PPR if he doesn't score a touchdown in comparison to Crowder. But I think he'll probably score. Sony Michel is inactive. I don't know why people keep telling me this. If in fact is he on my screen? Like, am I crazy? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like, I still have Damian Harris at 16. Like, he's still ranked high, guys. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm not changing it because of that. I was already assuming that Sony Michel was either going to be inactive or not going to get a lot of touches because he's only just coming off of that injured reserve designation. So, again, let's see here. New level says start a flex and start flex sit. All right, here we go. Robbie Anderson, Antonio Brown, and of course Josh Reynolds. I think Robbie Anderson's an okay play with PJ Walker at quarterback, to be honest. I know PJ Walker is kind of unproven in the NFL in terms of his overall productivity. For those of you who watched the short stint of what the XFL had to offer, he was the best quarterback in that league. He was throwing about 5 touchdowns a game. So I think as of right now, there's a very good chance that PJ Walker at least is somewhat relevant. So I'm probably going to go with Antonio Brown and Robbie Anderson there and probably just leave Josh Reynolds on the bench. Of course, if it's a full PPR, I still think I'm still going the same way, whether it's half or full. Appreciate it, new level. Toe Rogans says, pick 3, full PPR, MT, AB, Boyd, or Claypool. I'm going to go with Michael Thomas, Tyler Boyd, and Claypool there. Toe Rogans, appreciate it. Antonio Garcia says full PPR, Bernard or Gurley as my RB2. I'm going to go Bernard there. Jack Darjean says, Pick 3, Damian Harris, Claypool, Jefferson, Ahmed. Between the group, I'm going to go with Claypool, Jefferson, and Harris. Appreciate it, Jack. Hoyston says half PPR, Jacoby Myers or Ronald Jones. If it's a half PPR and it's between those two, I'm thinking of going Ronald Jones. Yeah, I'll probably go Ronald Jones. I'm going to hope that his work that he put up last week garners him enough touches this week to make him, at least the goal line back and or get a lot more touches this week in comparison to the weeks prior. Let's see here. Fanol Fabulos says, one wide receiver in a flex, Boyd Ballage, AJ Brown, Cooks, Damian Harris. Okay, out of the group, I'm assuming this is a half PPR scoring format considering you haven't indicated it. But so out of the group, I'm probably going AJ Brown as your wide receiver, and I'm probably going Ballage as your flex. That is my thought process as of right now. Appreciate it very much. Let's go ahead. Let's see. John H says Zeke or Davis half PPR. As you can see on screen, Mike Davis is my number 10 running back as of this morning over Zeke, so I'll play him over Zeke. Chapstick 1972, thank you very much, says Crowder, Thielen, Ridley. Pick 2. I'm going Thielen and Ridley. Okay, so here's my thought process. I think Thielen has to be played. I think Ridley could be benched theoretically based off of his injury. I know he should be ready to go. He should be ready to play today. The only concern is if in fact he injures it again or something of that extent leaves the game. I don't think we really should play scared like that, but if you want, you can. As of right now, if it's my team, I'm playing my stud. I'm going to play Ridley and be good to go there. Chapstick, appreciate it. Aram says, flex full PPR, Mark Andrews or Zeke? Damn, that's a good question. Mark Andrews or Zeke? I'm going to be honest. I honestly think that Mark Andrews is going to be a better play today. I think Mark Andrews versus Tennessee is pretty solid considering Tennessee's, they're not a great defense at all. And I expect Lamar Jackson to have a pretty good game. And I think that, of course, in turn kind of relates to Mark Andrews kind of getting some pretty good numbers this week. So I'm going to go with Mark Andrews over Zeke, actually, which may seem crazy, but that's what I do. Let's hear it. Deludis Chenko says, need to feel my wide receiver 2 in my flex in a full PPR. Michael Thomas, Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, and Duke Johnson. If you're filling a wide receiver 2 in a flex today, I'm going Michael Thomas and Calvin Ridley there. You probably are looking to try to play T. Higgins, but man, when you have names like Michael Thomas and Ridley, the ceiling is just so high. I have a hard time not playing those two as of right now. OP555 says standard, pick 1, CEH, Juju, or Myers with the cam stack. Yeah, I don't mind the cam stack doesn't really entice me because he doesn't throw for many touchdowns anyway. Between Juju, CEH, and Myers in a standard format, I'm probably going to go with Juju there. You just have to hope for a touchdown. I think CEH has got a solid opportunity for a touchdown today. In terms of touches, my only concern is if he's not going to get over 10 touches in a singular game on a consistent basis and he's going to get single-digit rushing attempts, that's where his viability kind of falls off. So I'm going to go Juju in that in that group there. OP, appreciate it. Let's see here. Osvaldo Hernandez says standard, Mike Davis or Chris Godwin. Between the two of them, I'm probably going with Mike Davis against the Detroit run-stopping group that really can't stop the run. Appreciate it. Jay Holly 203 says pick 2, AJ Brown, Robbie Anderson, Brandon Cooks. I'm going to go with AJ Brown and Brandon Cooks there. Jay Holly, appreciate it. Let's see here. Alejandro Thomas says, need a running back, Zeke, Gibson, or Hunt. Out of the group, I'm honestly going to go Kareem Hunt. I think this is going to be another one of these running games in which Cleveland just runs all over the defense. Just like last week. If Kareem Hunt's going to touch the ball 20 times in a game where, of course, Nick Chubb is touching the ball 19 times, I'm still going to have confidence in this offense. Because it's going to rain, they're going to run the ball. It should be great. Evan says, no question, just want to support the channel. Thank you very much, Evan. Appreciate it. I'm trying to catch up, guys. I know there's a lot of questions. My goodness. Oh, God. I'm trying to catch up. Where in the heck it updated and I lost my spot. Okay. Jason Kimber says, CEH or McKissick? If If it's a full PPR, I'm going McKissick. If it's a half PPR, I'll probably lean in the direction of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he'll be better. I think he'll get over 10 touches this week. It's just a matter of if he doesn't, he could kill you and kill your week and potentially your playoff chances. Okay, pick 2, wide receiver standard, Ridley, Deontay Johnson, or Jefferson. As of right now, I'm probably playing Ridley and Deontay Johnson there. Appreciate it. Tyler Schwartz says half PPR. 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. T. Higgins, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Deontay Johnson, Robert Woods, DJ Chark, Kalen Ballage, Duke Johnson. My goodness. Okay, so out of the group, I'm playing Deontay Johnson without any hesitation. And the second play out of the group is most likely going to be Kalen Ballage at the flex. Appreciate it, Tyler Schwartz. Anthony Nugent. There's an Anthony Nugent that okay, never mind. It's a common name. Anyway, full PPR, Fulgham, Hines, Ahmed, Josh Reynolds. I don't want to play Fulgham today. I like Hines a lot in a full PPR. I'll take him. Anthony, appreciate it. Let's see here. Anthony Barrett says, Amari Cooper, Robert Woods, Rojo at the flex, pick 1. If I have to pick 1, I'm going to go with Robert Woods. I know it's not the greatest of matchups. I think it'll just be a back and forth throw off, to be honest. 2 good defenses, but I don't think it'll be that low scoring. Typically, when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play on primetime this season, they have been one of the worst teams in the NFL. They definitely play down the teams. I think they'll go ahead and do that for me and my Rams this week. Let's see here. Oscar Rhodes says pick 2, T. Higgins, Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson. Okay, if I have to pick 2 out of that group, I'm going Deontay and Juju. I'm just firing it up. Pick 1, Giovanni Bernard or Adrian Peterson. We're going to go with Adrian Peterson there. Thank you very much, Oscar Vincent. Van Alman says, full PPR, pick 3, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Mike Evans, Brandon Cooks. Okay, so I like Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, and A.J. Brown there. Thank you very much, Vincent. All right, let's see if I can find this question because it did not get attached to... Yeah, it didn't get attached. Okay, so Sai got him. There wasn't a question attached. I don't know if that was intended. I don't see any. I F3 functioned your name in the chat, and I don't see your name in here asking a question. So I don't know what happened, but appreciate the donation regardless. If you've got a question, I'll try to catch it with my eye in the coming threads. But either way, appreciate it. I gotta answer. Okay, at 9 o'clock, I gotta answer a couple Patreon questions. But before then, Dustin Smith says pick 3, full PPR: Mike Davis, Giovanni Bernard, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, J.D. McKissick, Damian Harris, Jamison Crowder. Okay, so in a full PPR, if I've got to pick between the bunch, I like J.D. McKissick a lot. The next favorite of the bunch is certainly going to be Giovanni Bernard, and then the third is probably going to be. Are they going to pass the ball to Mike Davis a bunch? Yeah, let's go Mike Davis. So let's go with the 3 running backs there. We're going to go with McKissick, Giovanni Bernard, and Mike Davis, or Dustin Smith. Appreciate it. Andres Lewis says, I have Herbert and Lamar. My opponent is starting Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. I really like Lamar. He's heating up. Might go for 30 points. Thoughts? Again, why not? He could go for 30 points. Again, I think Lamar and Justin Herbert are both great players. There's a reason why Lamar's my number 3. He's moved up as the week has progressed based on the defense of the Tennessee Titans losing a couple prime players for themselves. So as of right now, yeah, if you want to play Lamar, I'm not going to stop you. I think it's fine. I personally just have Herbert over him. Again, that's just my opinion. Could differ from yours. You could be completely correct this week. I do not, I think you've got a valid point to potentially play him. Julio Lopez says Antonio Brown or Nyheim Hines this week in the flex. I'm going to go with Nyheim Hines this week in the flex. Callum Smith says Giovanni Bernard or Mike Davis in the flex, and why? Okay, so here's the thing. Mike Davis probably, in my opinion, takes the cake, mainly because, as I anticipated, Teddy Bridgewater is going to be out. Where does that leave the team? With a backup quarterback and having to run the ball. When they run the ball against the Detroit Lions, it probably is going to be the most successful thing that they do today, based purely on the fact that, of course, the Detroit Lions can't stop the run. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot stop the run. I'll tell you why. Let's look at the numbers that they've given up to running backs as of the last couple of weeks. All right, Antonio Gibson went for 45 yards and a touchdown. Not the greatest, but at least they got some work in the passing game. Between Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissick, 11 receptions for 63 yards. Mike Davis, as we've seen before, has been a pretty good receiving back this season. The week prior, Dalvin Cook went for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. The week prior to that, Jordan Wilkins, out of nowhere, 89 yards and a touchdown on 20 carries, pretty good performance. Gurley's put up 63 and 2 touchdowns against them. Alvin Kamara, 83 and 1. Latavius Murray in the same game, 64 and 2. Kenny Drake went for 73 yards. Aaron Jones, 168 and 2 touchdowns against them. I mean, they give up points, guys. They give up points purely. Even Nyheim Hines in the game in which Jordan Wilkins went for 89 and touchdowns, 3 catches, 54 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So they give up receptions. I mean, there's just nowhere the Detroit Lions defense can hide. If the Panthers come out and do what they're supposed to and run the ball effectively, they should be a pretty good play today. And that is why I have Mike Davis ahead of him. Greg Lira says, pick two flexes. Okay. Adrian Peterson, Jacoby Myers, Duke Johnson, and DJ Chark. Out of the group, I'm assuming it's a half PPR. If that's the case, I'm probably going to go with, let's see here. I kind of like both wide receivers, to be honest. I kind of like DJ Chark and Jacoby Myers today. Greg, that's probably going to be my suggestion. Then I'm going to go DJ and Jacoby and leave both the running backs on the bench. King Prell says, need to win Tannehill or Wentz. Man. I mean, look, a couple weeks back, Tannehill and Wentz would have been pretty good ideas. You're like, damn, these guys are heating up. They're really starting to get going. Their schedule's starting to get easier. Wentz is in a terrible weather game. I can't trust that. I honestly think that the Cleveland defense is great, but the Cleveland weather is, like I said earlier today, it's undefeated right now. So I'm going to go with Tannehill there. It's kind of tough, but that's what I'm going to go with. So Jesse Aldridge sent in another question, but the issue is whenever you send in a question, Jesse, your questions are not attached to your donations for some reason. So that is going to be a problem. So if you can, Jesse, if you're hearing me right now, go ahead and just type in the chat your question, and I'll try to just side eye and catch it real quick. Okay, where are we at here? The Real Baseball King 25 says, flex, AJ Brown, JD McKissick, Antonio Gibson, or Zeke. If it's a half PPR, I'm going to go with Antonio Gibson there. Have Chubb and Sanders. Oh yeah, we already answered this question. You sent another donation. Yeah, I answered it. Sorry, maybe I answered it too early, but it was one of the earlier questions of the stream. I'm going Antonio Gibson there, unless of course it's a full PPR. If it's a full PPR, I'll go ahead and take JD McKissick. Appreciate it. So let's see here. Steven Drakes. Need 2 in a flex. Hunt, Balaj, James Robinson, Cup. Am I crazy? Did my entire thing... Oh, I did go back to the top. Wait, what am I saying? Holy crap. I was like, why am I repeating the same questions all over again? I don't know how that happened, but it happened regardless. Let's see here. Taha Ahmed says, hi, Ridley, James Robinson, full PPR. I'm going Ridley there. Parker says, DJ Moore or Jacoby Myers, full PPR. Jacoby Myers, thank you very much. Sov says, PPR pick 2. Gurley, Duke, Cooks, and Robbie Anderson. Between the group, I'm probably going with Gurley and Brandon Cooks. Joe Small says, standard, need to stream 2. Okay, so need to stream, not to stream 2, sorry. Need to stream Falcons defense, Saints defense, or Texans. Oh my God. I have a feeling about the Falcons defense. That's all I got to say. I honestly, I'd probably just suggest going with the Saints there and hoping that Matt Ryan shits the bed today. And it's a lower scoring game and it's just field goals back and forth. So that's my suggestion. Go with the Saints. But I don't know, man. I got a feeling about the Saints defense or the Falcons defense today. Appreciate it. Okay. Guys, again, there's about 900 new in here. Excuse me. If we can get that like button continuing to rise, I'd really do appreciate it. Jinku, thank you very much, says, I know I'm on your Patreon. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on Mike Evans versus Brandon Cooks this week in a half PPR setting. My gut says Cooks. I need moral support. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's my thought process. I myself am on the Cooks train. I think Mike Evans, based purely on the fact that he'll have Jalen Ramsey. I don't know why I said it weird. It just came out of my mouth weird. Jalen Ramsey tailing him. That's probably something that I don't want to have to deal with and have to sit there on Monday night and have to worry about. Again, what he did to DK last week is pretty apparent that Jalen Ramsey still got it, and he's still one of the best corners in the NFL. I think, of course, Brandon Cooks playing against New England is not one of the better matchups. I think, of course, he'll have probably McCourty on him, as Gilmore will probably be on Fuller. But again, I think most likely because of the fact that there are only 2 total actual offensive options for Deshaun Watson. There's Fuller or there's Cooks, and that is it. There's no one else that really can get the ball on a consistent basis. On the opposite end, Mike Evans has to compete with Godwin, Antonio Brown, for Fournette, of course, Ronald Jones, Cameron Brate, and Gronk, who have all scored touchdowns as of the last couple of weeks and could definitely take from him. So as of right now, Jinku, I'm still leaning towards Brandon Cooks. He's gotten a pretty good, solid target share. Even in the rain game last week, he had a pretty good, solid target share. So I think now that we're in fair weathers, he should be pretty good. Appreciate it. Perry Paul says pick a wide receiver 2, and a flex. Deontay Johnson, Calvin Ridley, Giovanni Bernard, or Todd Gurley. I think I answered this before. Maybe I'm mistaken. If I'm picking 2 out of the bunch and it's a full PPR, I'm going to go with 2 of the wide receivers. I go with Ridley and Deontay Johnson. If, in fact, we're in a half PPR setting, I wouldn't mind going Deontay Johnson and Giovanni Bernard there. Appreciate it. Q Crew says Ronald Jones or Chris Godwin. I'm going to go with Chris Godwin there. Appreciate it. Gia Du says, hi, full PPR, pick 1, Melvin Gordon or Willie Snead. Legitimately, I might go Willie Snead there. I don't think Melvin Gordon is worth jack today, so I'm going to go Willie Snead. Second, James Conner or Nyheim Hines. If it's in a full PPR still, I'm probably going to go Nyheim Hines there. I probably increase his value that much more because I don't think James Conner gets that much work today in terms of the PPR game. If he doesn't score a touchdown, pretty much kills his value. Seeing that they said that Hines is going to get a lot of carries this week, yeah, I think he'll look. Just because they say he's going to get a lot of carries doesn't mean it's an automatic. I mean, again, I'm hoping it is, and I'm hoping he plays well. But as right now, yeah, between James Conner and Hines in a full PPR, I'll take Hines. Rene Acosta says P Ryan ? Primary rush option for the Jets. Thoughts? Okay, here's the thing. Frank Gore still exists, right? Adam Gase loves Frank Gore like his illegitimate child. So to be honest, as of this moment in time, as long as Frank Gore's continuing to get touches, I don't really trust it with LaMichael P. Ryan. It's tough, Rene. Again, you can definitely start him. I had thoughts earlier this week that maybe they're going to go ahead and rotate some of the workload in his direction. I just don't think it's going to be possible. Let's see here. Jesse says half PPR, Kareem Hunt or Justin Jefferson. Ooh, we got a good question there. I'm going to go with Kareem Hunt. I think he'll probably be able to play well. Justin Jefferson's, against Dallas, he should be able to feast. But again, I think Kareem Hunt's just got a solid workload there. And it's probably the safer play of the bunch with upside a touchdown, of course. Hug T Reg says Crowder, Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers, full PPR. I'm going to go Crowder there. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Murad Kanan says Woods, Cooper, Curtis Samuel. Out of the 3, is it Cooper? Amari Cooper, I'm assuming. I'm going to go Woods there. And then between Jonathan Taylor and Salvin Ahmed, I'm going to go Ahmed there. Appreciate it. Trude Boy says, who would you start at wide receiver? Jamison Crowder, Brandon Cooks, Alan Lazard, Curtis Samuel. Out of the group, I'm going Jamison Crowder, then Brandon Cooks, then Curtis Samuel, then Lazard, in that order. Pick two for running back. Damian Harris, Mike Davis, Giovanni Bernard, and Salvin Ahmed. Out of the group, I'm going to go Mike Davis and Giovanni Bernard. Trude Boy, appreciate it. Mohammed Slim says, full PPR, pick 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Bobby Trees, appreciate it. Amari Cooper, CEH, DJ Chark. Out of the group in a full PPR, I'm going to go with Chark and Trees. Yeah, probably. I think Amari Cooper could be good, but I think he might be a player that we want to just go ahead and just wait on a little. They're really close in my rankings, but I kind of just want to wait a week, see how Andy Dalton performs with this team, and then proceed from there. But yeah, as right now, I'll go with DJ Chark and Bobby Trees this week. Appreciate it. Troy Young. Again, if you send in a question, guys, I'm trying to catch up. There's a lot of you. I know I said at 9 o'clock I'd check Discord and Patreon. I'll do that at 9:10 because I got swarmed. Troy Young says, if Godwin lit them up last year, why would LA not cover him? Need 3. Okay, here's the thing. They're going to try to cover everyone. They're going to literally cover everyone. It's not that they're letting him run freely. It's a matter of what offensive scheme Bruce Arians and, of course, Byron Leftwich puts together to get Godwin into advantageous positions, either against poor coverage and or a player that kind of noise are people making in my house? Goodness gracious. I was about to say, what's going on out there? But either way, need 3. Non-PPR, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, T. Higgins, Travis Fulgham, Chris Godwin, Emmanuel Sanders. Okay. Out of the group, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Chris Godwin. Those are my suggestions. Appreciate it, Troy Young. Mr. McIntosh says full PPR, DJ Moore, Ridley, McLaurin, T. Higgins, Giovanni Bernard. Pick 2 wide receivers in a flex, projected to lose by 15. Let's see here. So out of the group, I'm going to go with McLaurin, Ridley, and I'll go ahead and flex Giovanni Bernard in a PPR. Appreciate it. Sean Anthony says bench 1, full PPR. Will Fuller, Jacoby Myers, or Crowder. If I'm benching one out of those 3, I'm probably benching Jacoby Myers. Appreciate it, Sean. Silvio Holy says, need 2 wide receivers in a flex. T. Higgins, Jacoby Myers, Antonio Brown, Ridley, Gio, Salvin Ahmed. Okay, out of the bunch, I'm going to go with Ridley and T. Higgins as your starting wide receivers. Giovanni Bernard as the flex. Appreciate it, Silvio. Killer Chris 239 says Cooks, Corey Davis, Fulgham, Curtis Samuel. Let's see here. Out of the group, I'm probably going with Brandon Cooks this week. Killer Chris, appreciate it. Big Dog says start 1, Young Ho Koo or Justin Tucker. Out of the 2, Young Ho Koo's been the best kicker in fantasy as of right now, so that's probably where I'm going to go with as at this moment. The fact that you have him and Justin Tucker is crazy, though. Who would you keep, Melvin Gordon or Fournette? If I got to keep one, I got to hope that maybe Melvin Gordon turns it around this year. I'd probably keep Melvin. I think the back and forth of relevance between Fournette and Ronald Jones makes them both really hard to start on a weekly basis. That's why I kind of lean in the direction of Melvin Gordon. Nick Stano says AB, Fulgham, Pittman. Pick one. I'm playing AB. Let's see here. Andy Wardlaw says my team RBs Zeke, Aaron Jones, J.D. McKissick, Rex Burkhead. Wide receivers Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas, Justin Jefferson. You put Jay Justin. I think you mean Justin Jefferson. Amari Cooper. And then Henry is your tight end. And then you have Taysom Hill as a tight end. Okay, so if you want me to set your lineup. Okay, cool. This is a full PPR. Beautiful. I'm playing Aaron Jones. Okay, so this is Andy Wardlaw. You ready? Here we go. Your 2 running backs. Aaron Jones, J.D. McKissick. Boom, set him. Devontae Adams, Michael Thomas is your 2 wide receivers. Set him. The flex is going to be Justin Jefferson. And the tight end is going to be Taysom Hill. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Joel Miller says, pick 2 PPR, Mike Davis, Kalen Ballage, AJ Brown, J.D. McKissick, Damian Harris. Out of the group, I'm going to go with J.D. McKissick and Mike Davis. Appreciate it, Joel. Truce says, rank Washington, Kansas City, Carolina defense. All right, between the bunch, I'd go Kansas City, then I'd go Washington, then I'd go Carolina. Silvio Holy says, pick 2 wide receivers in a flex. T. Higgins, Jacoby Myers, Ridley. I think you already sent this one in. But again, appreciate the donation. Between the 3, Silvio, I'm picking T. Higgins, Ridley, and Gio. Thank you very much. James Raff says, I need 3 wide receivers in a full PPR. Chark, Woods, Parker, Rieger, A, B. Let's see here. So Chark and Woods are the for sure. Between Parker and AB, I'm going to go with Parker. So Chark, Woods, and Parker. James Raff, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hova says, in a half PPR, start 3. Damian Harris, Godwin, Ridley, Robbie Anderson, Justin Jefferson. In a half PPR, start 3. Justin Jefferson, Godwin, Ridley. Thank you very much. Okay, it's 9:09. Let me answer some of these Discord, Patreon questions real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's 1 question down. 6 more. Okay, here we go. Hey, Andrew, half PPR, Jakeem Grant or Travis Fulgham this week? I'm going to go Jakeem Grant. Okay, and then, yeah, the rain scares me. Okay, next question. Let's see here. Forgot to thank you, man. Carlos had worked out. If you can answer my question faster. Okay, cool. Duke Johnson, Giovanni Bernard, or Ahmed is my RB2 slot. I'm leaning with Giovanni. Yeah, that's what I'd probably suggest. Giovanni Bernard. Perfect. Cool. Next, let's see here. Why is Robbie Anderson so low? Because Bridgewater's out. Yes. It seemed like Anderson is getting more targets than, when Bridgewater went out. Bridgewater's absence. Also, Damian Harris will be okay even with injuries. Yeah, he'll be fine. Okay, cool. Did that. Got to go over to Patreon real quick. Let's just do this real quick. Okay, this is a long question. Let's see if I can answer this here real quick. Okay, so I have a question. Start three. AJ Brown, Boyd, Godwin. Okay, so if out of those three, AJ Brown, Boyd, and Godwin are probably those. And then it says, I have Herbert as my quarterback and Tannehill on my bench. Okay. Waller is my tight end, and the Bucs defense suck up with CH and Hunt as my starting RBs. Okay, cool. Okay, I need help deciding between my wide receivers. Do I drop Debo? Okay, yeah. Okay, and then okay. Perfect. So let's send that. Let's refresh this. Okay. Oh my God. Patreon guys. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Hey Andrew, saw that Sony Michel is back. Is that true? I thought Sony Michel was inactive. I gotta go confirm that, guys. Give me a second. Sorry. I'm trying to just answer all these Patreon questions. I'm pretty sure Sony Michel, from what everyone in the chat's been telling me, is going to be inactive today. So we can go ahead and confirm this. If I go over to Patriots inactive, Sony Michel is at the top of the list. So let's go ahead and respond here. Michel is inactive. So let's respond there. We're good to go. Chris B says, wondering where Austin Hooper is in your tight end rankings. Check rankings list. Bridgewater was in today, but I heard he's now listed in inactive. Yep, thank you. Okay, and then let's see here. In a bind this week, full PPR, need to start one of these guys in a running back spot. CH, Gibson, Zeke, or Hines. Okay, so in a full PPR, I go with Gibson there. Okay, and then it says for the flex spot, I currently have Justin Jefferson there, but with one of the other leftover running backs or Chase Claypool on my bench. Okay, so that's fine with Justin Jefferson. I'd probably go with okay. Currently okay, cool. So that's that. We'll send that, and we'll come back to the chat now. Done. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to take care of a couple Patreon questions. Now that we've established that, I'll come back here and we'll continue, shall we? Okay. Whew, man, this is some tough stuff, man. I got to fly around and figure stuff out. All right, so it says Super PS Productions sent in a question, generous donation, but the question was not attached. It was actually redacted for some reason. So I don't actually see your message in the chat either. Yeah, King Prell, I did answer your question. I picked Tannehill. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to get to your guys' questions, guys. I mean, just think about it, right? I think I have maybe like, I want to say there's upwards of 100 questions here. So again, I'm trying to get down there. It's gonna take a while. That's just, that's just the nature of how these things go on Sunday morning. So I'm just gonna try to keep up with it. Here we go. Wade County 305 says full PPR flex. Out of these options, Will Fuller, Giovanni Bernard, Antonio Brown. What does this say? Okay, out of those three, I'm playing Giovanni Bernard. Also, do I start Austin Hooper or drop him for Logan Thomas? I'd probably drop him for Logan Thomas because you probably need points this week. Jake Beach says standard league, pick 2, Rojo, Harris, Woods, Boyd, Jacoby. Out of the bunch, I'm going to play Damian Harris, and I'm going to for sure play Robert Woods. I think he has the highest upside of a touchdown for the rest of them. Zane Khan says Hooper or Jared Cook. Jared Cook's my suggestion. Thank you very much. Nivek says Hines or Peterson in a flex standard. In a standard league, I still think Nyheim Hines is he better? No, I go Adrian Peterson there. John Johnson says standard. Brandon Cooks, Amari Cooper, Travis Fulgham. We'll go with Amari Cooper there. Appreciate it. Stephen Hensley says PPR T. Higgins or Harris with Michelle out. Doesn't matter. I think T. Higgins, based on PPR work alone, is just going to be that much more valuable. I'll go T. Higgins over Harris. Thank you, Stephen. Let's see here. Nicole Trombley says Moore or Ahmed. As of right now, considering Bridgewater's out, I'm going to go with Salvin Ahmed this week. James Grover says start 2, full PPR. Michael Thomas, Deontay Johnson, Claypool, Justin Jefferson. Out of the group, I'm going to go Deontay Johnson and Michael Thomas. Out of Damian Harris and or McKissick, I'm going to go with McKissick there. Appreciate it. Joe, okay, I don't even know. I don't want to butcher the name. So we're just going to call you Joe Araujo. Okay? That's the name. Hopefully that makes sense. Joe Araujo. Nice channel. Claypool, Fuller, Ridley. Out of the group, I'm going with Ridley. Yeah, that's my suggestion as of right now. If he's healthy to play, I think he'll be ready to go. It's kind of like Tyler Lockett on Thursday, right? He's healthy to go, then I trust him. Anthony Manuel says pick 2, Thomas, McLaurin, or Ridley. I'm going to go with Thomas and McLaurin there. Let's see here. Man, a lot of questions without messages attached to it is going to really F up my Sunday, huh? I can't believe this is an actual thing where messages aren't attached to questions. YouTube's really dropping the ball on this shit. Wow, I can't stand this. Why is this happening? Bobby Carroll sent in a question, or he didn't even send in a question, he just sent in a donation. There's no message attached to it. Damn. Okay. So if you can, Bobby, try to send something in the chat right now so I can look at it. Ian Judge sent in a question or donation. Appreciate it. Without a donation, I don't know if that's intentional, but again, I can't find your guys' messages. It's just not in the recent thing because you guys sent it so long ago. Damn. I know he has a message attached to it. Wait, what am I talking about? Okay, he sent in a new one. That's why. Big week for me. Pick 3: Mike Davis, Gio Bernard, Todd Gurley, J.D. McKissick. Gio for Bernard, Mike Davis, J.D. McKissick, bench Gurley. Appreciate it, Ian Judge. Okay. A. Daniel says, let's see. A. Daniel says Marvin Jones, Devontae Parker, Brandon Cooks, or Mike Williams. Out of the group, I'm probably playing. Wait, I gotta move this actually. Let's move this Discord up here on my second monitor, and then we can go ahead. All right, out of the group, I'm going Marvin Jones and probably Brandon Cooks. Appreciate it there, A. Daniel. Let's see here. Moving on. Okay, moving on. Zach Hainberg, nice to see you. Thank you very much for the generous donation. Says, can I start Claypool and Deontay Johnson? Yes, you can. I have James Conner and the Steelers defense. I don't want to have too many Steelers. Could I also start Will Fuller instead? Thank you, Andrew. Okay, so, yeah, look, you don't want to have too many eggs in a singular basket. It definitely will hurt you if something goes epically wrong. I just don't think, I think there's a significant enough difference between Claypool and Will Fuller that I'd just play Will Fuller with four Steelers this week against Jacksonville. I would. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go with this week. You want to play Fuller? You can. If it scares you to play 4 Steelers, by all means play Fuller. Be more comfortable with it. But as of right now, if it's my team, I'm just going to fire up all those Steelers and let them ride. All right. Cy Gotham says Hooper or Fant. I'm going to play with Fant over Hooper this week, Cy. T. Higgins or DJ Moore, I'm going to play T. Higgins. Love No Hate 22V says help with the flex, pick 2 Hines, JT or Boyd or Lazard. I'm going to play Boyd and Nyheim Hines there. Love, no hate. Appreciate it. Pusshead says flex in a standard, Hunt or Michael Thomas. In a standard league, I'm playing Kareem Hunt. Already starting Chubb. Fire them both up. Let's go. Matt Levine says Teddy Bridgewater out. Ravens bad matchup. Detroit or Baltimore defense. Okay. As of right now, I'm probably playing Baltimore defense. Yeah, I'll play Baltimore defense. We answered Ian Judge's question. We're going to go with Mike Davis, Giovanni Bernard, and J.D. McKissick there. Okay. Nathan Jordan sent in a question or sent in a donation. Didn't have a question attached to it. Yeah, didn't have anything attached to it. God, man, I hate YouTube sometimes. This is unfortunate. Okay. Luke says, in ESPN standard, I have Kelsey, so Taysom or Antonio Gibson in the flex. If you got to pick one in the flex, I'm going to play Taysom Hill in the flex. Thanks for, yeah, okay, no problem. Appreciate it. Play Taysom Hill. Gage Wisby says, 2 flex, PPR, Judy, Ahmed, Peterson, Moore, Harris, Rieger, Lamb. Okay, out of the group in a full PPR. Okay. I'm probably going to play. Man, I'm probably still going to go with 2 running backs. I'd go with Ahmed and Peterson there. Gage, appreciate it. Jack Darjean says pick 4: Justin Jefferson, Damian Harris, Salvin Ahmed, Claypool, DJ Moore, and Ridley. Justin Jefferson, Claypool, Ridley, Harris. Appreciate it. Elijah Dillon says full PPR, need 1. Flex Gio, Brandon Cooks, or Samuel. I'm going to flex Gio there. Jeff Berkowitz says full PPR, Gurley, Peterson, Pittman, Rieger. I'm going to play Gurley. Jesse Guevara says non-PPR, Lamb, Myers, or Parker. Out of the group, I think it's between Myers and Parker. I think Lamb's just like a kind of wait and see kind of guy. But as of right now, I think, dude, Parker's got to produce, right? I mean, he has to at this point. I mean, my goodness, how many weeks are we going to go without him doing anything? I think Myers is the safer play probably, but I'm going to probably go Parker there. In a non-PPR, if you need a touchdown upside, let's just hope Parker gets it. Jesse says another tough one, Hunter Ridley in a half PPR. I'm going to go Hunt there. Jeff Berkowitz says full PPR, Duke Johnson, a bounce back, 10 plus points. I doubt it. If he gets 10 points this week, I'll be pretty happy with it. But I don't know if he'll be 10 plus because, again, in terms of throwing the ball to the running back position, I think if you just go look at what the Houston Texans have done in the last 2 to 3 years, they target the running back position the 5th fewest amongst all NFL teams right now. So, yeah, that's my thought process. But, again, you could start him, and he could, if he falls in the end zone, could end up being a pretty good play today. Steve Alvarez says half PPR, T. Higgins or A.J. Brown. I'm going to probably go with A.J. Brown there. Actually, no, wait. Hold on, wait. Where's my rankings here? Yeah, A.J. Brown's just slightly ahead of him. P. Ryan or Uncle Lenny as my RB2. Oh, my God. Need a safe floor for each. You can't find safe floor at P. Ryan versus Leonard Fournette. There's no safe floor there. So you go Leonard Fournette and you hope he falls in the end zone at this point. Brian Thomas, Amari Cooper, or TJ Hawkinson in a standard league. I go Amari Cooper there. Even though I like the idea of TJ Hawkinson in a standard getting the upside of a touchdown because he's the only receiving option on the field, I still think it's sketch. Crackly Dog Fart says half PPR. I'm looking to roll the dice, have a little fun. Taysom or PJ? Oh, it's easy. You just play Taysom Hill. What do you mean? You're good to go. You don't need to play PJ Walker. Jesse Gerardo says, need a high ceiling. Higgins, Fuller, Myers. Higgins. Joseph says, need to start a quarterback. Stafford, Taysom Hill, Dalton, or Rivers. As you can see on screen, I'm going with Taysom Hill. Anonymous says, goodness gracious, can I get back up here? Where am I? Okay, Anonymous says, Duke, Johnson, Will Fuller, Godwin, AP, half PPR. Thank you. I'm going to go with Godwin there. 501 Sabu 501 says, cheeky play, flex Hawkinson or Devontae Parker. I'd flex Hawkinson there. That's where I turn the tide. Shay says, flex options are Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, Robbie Anderson. I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson there as your flex. Dalvin Cook is my RB. Should I be starting Jefferson regardless of the same team? Yes, 100%. He's in line for more points. They play against Dallas for goodness sake. Jackson Kelly says Duke Johnson or Devontae Parker this week as my flex. I lost Swift. Between Parker and Duke Johnson, if it's a half PPR, I probably lean in the direction. Actually, if it's a half or full, I'm probably leaning with Devontae Parker and hoping that Tua wants to pass in the ball this week. Byron Markham says pick 3 full PPR: Julio, Boyd, Jacoby Myers, Godwin. Julio, Boyd, Godwin. Thank you very much, Brian. McFuddy25 says half PPR, flex, Zeke, Fuller, Ridley, Claypool, Justin Jefferson. Okay. If you have to start one of these guys, I mean, my goodness. It's Ridley and or Jefferson. Ridley Jefferson is probably the split. It's one of those two, but I'm leaning towards Ridley. Josh Rubin says Michael Thomas or Will Fuller in the flex full PPR. I'm going to go with Michael Thomas. Appreciate it, Josh. Yerbo says full PPR. Need a wide receiver 2 in a flex. Michael Thomas, Jacoby Myers, and Devontae Parker. Is it a full PPR? Yeah, it's full PPR. In that case, I'm going Michael Thomas and Jacoby Myers. Appreciate it. Julio Coronado says full PPR, Balaj or Gurley. In a full PPR, I'm going with Balaj because, again, he gets far more work in the passing game. They target the running back position a lot in the Los Angeles Chargers offense. Fainsky says Jonathan Taylor or Rex Burkhead. I'm going to go Rex Burkhead. I have Josh Jacobs and Mixon too. Mixon should be benched though, so because he's not playing. So yeah, play Rex Burkhead and maybe replace Mixon and play Taylor there because he's not playing. I don't know. David Ramos says, hi, I see your rankings and I had my receivers set, but now I'm second guessing. I need 3 wide receivers: Woods, Parker, AB, Boyd, Cooks, Landry. Thank you. Okay, so as of the 5 that you've mentioned, I like Tyler Boyd and Robert Woods first and foremost. Then the next prevailing thought is to go to Brandon Cooks. So those are my 3 suggestions, David. Thank you very much. Melvin Aponte says Jonnu Smith or Jared Cook. We're going to go Jared Cook today. Let's see here. My goodness. Where are we? Okay. Lucas Foy says, hey, Andrew, would you play A.J. Brown or James Robinson in a full PPR as your flex? I'd probably play A.J. Brown. Yeah. I mean, if Jay Robinson wants to dominate against Pittsburgh's defense, then he can do it and screw me over. But to be honest, I think that A.J. Brown is not a wide receiver that disappears very often, especially at the way that he's being used in that offense. Saad Bakari says Burrow or Cam. Between the two of them, I think I'm going Cam in a 4-point per passing touchdown format. If it's a 6-point per passing touchdown format, then we go with Burrow. David Cho says PPR pick 1, Gurley, Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks. In a full PPR, if I got to pick one, I think I'm still going to go with Gurley there. Appreciate it. And then he's saying Browns or Ravens defense. This week, I think I'm... Where's my rankings here? Where's my Browns? Scroll over. No, scroll over. Browns are my number 6 and Baltimore's my number 5. I'll take Baltimore over the Browns today. Coming back. Here we go. Thank you, David. Charlie Streeb says bench 1, Thomas, Godwin, Jefferson, and Higgins. Yikes. If you've got a bench 1 at this point, it's probably Higgins in my eyes. Unfortunately, that's... Oh my God. Why is this text coming in now? Crap. Okay, here we go. I gotta make some text messages. Okay, I gotta catch up real quick. Let me prioritize you guys first real quick before I figure this crap out. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, because this crap on my phone can wait a little bit. I got time on that. Charlie Streeb says, okay, yeah, so we're gonna bench Higgins, unfortunately. Onyx Aqua says pick 1 for my flex, full PPR. Duke Johnson, Fulgham, Antonio Brown, Godwin. I'm picking Godwin. I don't know why everybody is questioning my Godwin love this week. I don't know, man. Maybe he doesn't perform, but hey, I still trust Godwin. Scott says, okay, hold on, wait, why did it move? Okay. Scott Scherlinger says CH Bernard Balaj, pick 2 full PPR. I'm gonna go Balaj and Bernard there. Thank you very much, Scott. Nick Sylvester says full PPR flex, T. Higgins or Balaj? Ooh, good question. Really good question. Full PP. I'm gonna go Balaj there. Carter Spone says 2 running backs in a flex: James Robinson, Hunt, Mike Davis, Deontay Johnson. Wow. Oh man. Hunt, Davis, Deontay Johnson. Thank you very much, Carter. DJ622 says please pick 2. No Sean Moreno, Matt Forte, and Joseph Adai. Thank you very much. DJ, you're the best. Appreciate it. We're picking Joseph Adai and Matt Forte this week. I'm not playing no Sean Moreno. There's no shot I'm doing that. Appreciate it. Brandon Snowden says, I have Kamara, Chubb, and Henry. Really? You do now, huh? Goodness. Brandon, what are we doing this week? Also have Higgins, MT, and Devontae Adams. Where should I place these guys? What does that mean? Where should I place these guys? If you can only start 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex, and you're asking if you need to play or you need to bench one, I'm playing Kamara, Chubb, and Henry, and I'm playing Devontae Adams and Michael Thomas, and I'm benching Higgins. Hopefully, that wasn't your question, but hopefully that was what you were trying to ask. Timothy Charlton says, pick 2 in a full PPR, Gio, CEH, Damian Harris, Pittman. Gio and CEH in a full PPR, yeah, that's where I'm going. Saad Bakari says, Hines or Duke? I'm going to go Hines. Eugene. You know what's interesting? You know T.Y. Hilton's actual legal name, his legal first name is Eugene? Interestingly enough, that's the fact of the day today. All right. Full PPR, says Eugene. Need 2 in a flex, okay. AB, Hines, Amari, okay. Need 2 in flex. Okay, so if I got to pick 2 of these guys, AB Hines or Amari, I'm going to play Amari Cooper and I'm going to play Naeem Hines. And as for Hooper versus Ebron, I'll take Ebron today. Angelo says Breida or Darrell Henderson. Good question. I'll probably go Breida to be. No, do I want to go Breida? Nah, Breida's garbage. Let's go Darrell Henderson and hope he falls in the end zone. I honestly think those are 2 terrible choices. Maybe one of them plays well, but I think Salvin Ahmed is produced enough to prove that he's the guy there. And it seems like Cam Akers the early down back and Malcolm Brown's the goal line back. And if Darrell Henderson scores, it's going to be on lucky case. But we'll take Darrell Henderson because maybe we get lucky this week. Andrew Weekland says, pick 2, full PPR. James Robinson, Claypool, Thielen. I'm going to play both receivers, full PPR. Claypool and Thielen. Thank you very much. Shivam Patel says, Michael Thomas, Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins. Lamb, pick 3. Ridley, Jefferson, Thomas. Thank you very much. Tater Tot says full PPR. Hardman, Fuller, Gronk, Jonnu. Flex non-PPR. I'm going to play Fuller. Thank you very much. Carter Spone says, would you trade James Robinson and Allen Robinson for Chase Claypool, Myles Gaskin, and Kenyon Drake? No. I'd keep James Robinson and Allen Robinson. Just because James Robinson has a tough matchup this week doesn't mean that you have to trade him. Absolutely not. And also, Allen Robinson has the easiest wide receiver schedule rest of the season. So I'm keeping those guys, and I would not trade for Gaskin, Drake, and Claypool. That seems like a really bad trade for you. Okay, I got to make this couple text messages here. All right, here we go. Okay. That's fine. My goodness, this is actually too much. Okay. What the heck is going on here? Okay, Bengals, that's fine. Okay, let's see here. Wow. Malcolm S says Burrow or Rodgers. I'm going to play Aaron Rodgers today, dude. Have Devontae in the lineup as well. Should I risk the stack or play safe with Burrow? I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a risk at this point. I think he's been playing so well this year that, to be honest, I'm not even afraid of the Indianapolis defense. Skizzy says half PPR, Ahmed, CEH, or Deontay. I'm going to play Deontay Johnson there. Appreciate it. Where are we looking at here? Okay, that's that. That's an interesting line. Okay. Dolphins, Chargers, yeah. Okay, done. Greg Snyder says full PPR, Robert Woods, James Robinson in the flex. I'd go James Robinson there. That's when I'd probably lean in his direction. Antonio Trejo says full PPR, Goddard or Jonnu. I'm gonna go with Jonnu Smith. Do I want to go Jonnu Smith? No, I don't know, man. Between the two of them, it's tough. I mean, I think based on weather alone, it just makes it hard for me to start Goddard. So I'd probably go Jonnu Smith there. Salvin Ahmed or Melvin Gordon, I go with Ahmed. And then Roethlisberger or Cam, I go with Roethlisberger. Thank you, Antonio. Chase Flory says start 2, Crowder, Higgins, and Brandon Cooks. Crowder and Higgins are my suggestions. Thank you very much. All right. I finally caught up with everything. Now, here's the issue, okay? And I'm not going to forget about it. There are, okay, Jesse sending the questions right now. Gio, Balaj, Hines need one. I'm going to go Giovanni Bernard there. There were a couple questions, or excuse me, there was a couple donations sent in earlier that did not have messages attached to them. Lucas Foy, one of them. Lucas, if you're in the chat, please put your message in the chat right now so I can answer it. Thank you very much. Who also sent in one? Nick Stano, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Nathan Jordan. Those are the 3 names that come to my mind that or currently that I'm looking at that had a question sent in with no messages attached. Anyway, while we're here, I will go ahead and start answering questions in the chat. Let's see what you guys are on about. Let's see here. Alex Apking says Thomas, Boyd, Fuller, Anderson, Ahmed, McKissick, full PPR. McKissick's an automatic play. If you need a flex and a wide receiver too, I'm going to go Thomas and McKissick there. Appreciate it. Okay, A.J. Brown or T. Higgins, half PPR this week. As you can see on the screen, I'm leaning in the direction of A.J. Brown. Mr. Max Foley, appreciate it. Tobias says, okay, yeah, that's a flex question, unfortunately. Got to keep my flex questions to donos and Patreon only. My apologies. Let's see here. Mike Williams, okay. Let's see here. El Paquete says, Mike Williams or Ahmed in a half PPR in the flex. In a half PPR, I'm probably going Ahmed there. Rojo or Duke, I'm going Rojo. Blake, appreciate it. Joey DeMatteo says Damian Harris or Deontay Johnson. I'm going to go Deontay Johnson there, by the way. Thanks for all the help this season, Andrew. Appreciate it. P. Diddy, Papa Diddy Puff says full PPR, JT, Jonathan Taylor, or Dobbins, or pick up Kerryon Johnson. I go with Jonathan Taylor and just hope that he plays well against one of the worst run-stopping defenses in the NFL. Let's see here. Okay. Ryan Rubio says full PPR, flex, AB, Fulgham, Burkhead, or Hamler. I go with AB there in a full PPR. Vin Cassidy says DJ Moore or Clyde, full PPR. I go with Clyde Edwards. Chris Vela in the chat says Gio or CH. I go with Gio, as you can see on screen. T. Higgins or Chark, Joey. I'd go with T. Higgins. Let's see here. If you guys are afraid of Michael Thomas, you guys can avoid him. I mean, it's no problem. I don't think he's a must play, but I do like him this week still. If Taysom Hill is a tight end, would I get points if he throws the ball? Yes, 100%. I mean, yeah, 100%. It's not even close because there are guys like Jacoby Myers last week who plays wide receiver who got credit for a passing touchdown and the yardage that came with it. So yes, that is the point. That is why you want to play Taysom Hill at tight end. That's why if you have Taysom Hill, he's starting as your flex pretty much over anyone. And he's starting in your tight end position, of course, unless you have Mr. I'm the best tight end in the NFL, whatever his name is, Travis Kelce. I don't know why I'm pulling a blank there. It's maybe because I'm reading stuff on my phone. Okay. Hans Bamf in the chat says Bernard, Gurley, Rojo, pick 2. As you can see on the screen, if I was to pick 2, I'd go with Bernard and Gurley because that is my rankings. Bo Center says Boyd, Gronk, Damian Harris, Devontae Parker, half PPR. If I have to go with a group between those, I'm going Damian Harris and I'm going Boyd. Appreciate it. Joseph says Mecole Hardman or Rieger. I'm going to go with Hardman. Yeah. I don't trust the weather. I know Rieger is going to be good rest of the season, but weather this week is just, yeah. It's tough. It's tough for me to commit to that. Okay, let's see here. Deontay Johnson or AJ Brown. Guys. It's on the screen. Maybe you're not asking me. Maybe you're not. If you weren't asking me, I'm sorry. I apologize. But guys, it's literally there. It's on the screen. Like it's. Oh, give me a second. Where is it? It's like it's over there, somewhere over there. Like it's literally it's up there somewhere. I have Deontay Johnson at 7 this week. This is updated as of this morning. I've removed all the players from Thursday that have already played. So hopefully that helps. Let's get back here real quick. What time is it? 9:40? My goodness. All right, so I'm going to probably end the stream at exactly 9:54, okay? Because I have to go check some lineups, make sure everything's good, make sure I've kind of adjusted everything. I don't want to do it right now because, of course, we still got questions to answer. So I'm going to the chat. And if you guys can, click the like button. Here we go. Cleveland defense or Patriots defense? I'm going to go with Cleveland, James Duffy. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Twins says Chiefs or, sorry, not Chiefs. Saints, Chiefs, or Green Bay defense. I think I was asked this earlier today. I think I'm going with Green Bay. Rocky T says, hey, you. Thank you very much, Rocky, for the donation. Hakim says McKissick, Ahmed, or CH in a full PPR. We're going to go McKissick there. Appreciate it. Sorry, Andrew. Meant to ask, pick one, Boyd or Harris. No problem, Bo. As of right now, Boyd or Harris. If you're picking one in a half PPR, I'm probably going to go with, I kind of want to say Boyd. Harris should be so good today. But if he doesn't score a touchdown, he's like 12 points, which is a problem. We'll go with Boyd. And just, we're going to hope for the best here. That's the only problem. With Cam Newton being such a vulture, it's so tough. All right, who else is in this chat? Let me scroll back up a little bit, see a couple of these upper messages. Mike Williams or A.J. Brown? George Lou, I'm going to go with A.J. Brown there. James Conner or T. Higgins? Okay, that's a flex question. Sorry, Kevin. Let's see here. Why is Mike Davis so low? What do you mean low? Mike Davis is number 10. He shouldn't even be up there, I think. He hasn't done anything as of late to validate that, but I give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm starting Jonathan Taylor or P. Ryan. I'm screwed. I'm going to play Jonathan Taylor out of those two clap. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with. Please, Giovanni Bernard or Connor in a full PPR. Golden Devils. Go with Gio. Where's Austin Hooper? At number 17. Because it's a rain game. LOL told you guys earlier. Just look at the screen. Yeah. Thanks, Wyatt. Let's see here. CJ Carey says JD McKissick or Damian Harris in a full PPR. We'll go with JD McKissick there. Guys, I honestly, okay, if this was a full PPR ranking, okay, just to put it in perspective, JD McKissick would, no joke, be number 12. I'd notch down Gio Bernard and I put JD McKissick ahead of him in a full PPR because JD McKissick could easily catch the ball 8 times for 60 yards, get a solid 14 points, then accompany that with either a touchdown or any sort of rushing yardage and get himself upwards of 16, 17 to 20 points. That's why I'm so high on him. In a half PPR, not as valuable because when you catch the ball 8 to 9 times, you're getting half as many points. It's just not great. Luke was saying, do you feel comfortable starting Justin Jefferson while having Cook? Yeah, I still feel comfortable there. Cena Phoenix, thank you very much. Greetings and salutations. Can you hit my Patreon question? Yep, right now. Thank you very much. Let's go to Patreon. Wait, Cena Phoenix, did you send a Patreon question? I don't have a message from you. Yeah, send it again if you already sent one. Unless, hold up. Cena Phoenix, what is your name on Patreon? That's the thing. So just send it again. Regardless, just send it again. Because right now, it's just hard. Okay, anyway. Gibson or Hines? I'm playing Gibson, Carl. Myers, Moore, Chark. I'm probably going Chark there, Michael. Did you think Ramsey is going... Who do you think Ramsey is going to shadow? Everyone. Mike Evans, though, specifically. APR Ahmed. I'd probably go Ahmed there. DJ Moore, Jamison Crowder. I'm going Jamison. Would you play James Conner or AJ Brown or Gibson? I'm probably going Gibson out of the bunch, considering his ranking on my screen. Guys, Nick Chubb or Aaron Jones? Nick Chubb, dude. Indianapolis got a tough run defense. K Phoenix. Okay, so if I looking at Patreon, right? Like, am I crazy? Let me refresh this. Did you actually send me a direct message? Because I don't have a direct message from K Phoenix. Not as of late, at least. Maybe you put a comment somewhere on a post. Let's go look a little bit here. Yeah, you got to send it again because I didn't get it. Honestly, it's crazy. Let's see here. The Proud Asshole says, Gio or Damian Harris, full PPR. I go Gio there. Jonathan Castro says, Juju or Ronald Jones in a standard league. I'm going to go Juju. Thank you very much. Balaj or Gio, half PPR. As you can see on screen, Justin Wardell. I'm going to go with Giovanni Bernard there. Stafford or Tua. I'd go with Tua. Balaj or Crowder, full PPR. That's the thing. Okay, keep going. Boyd or Crowder, non-PPR. I go with Boyd. Balaj or Andrew Pacina says, would you play Robbie Anderson? No Bridgewater. Probably not. I mean, depending on his ranking, as you can see on screen, I still think that he has value. It's just not as great as it used to be. You know what I mean? Justin Jefferson or Fuller? That's for sure a Jefferson play this week. Bo, you don't have to tell anybody. Don't worry. It's all good. Okay, guys. This upcoming week, we have a very, very interesting week. We got 3 Thursday. What does it say? I just sent a message on Discord. There we go. Perfect. All right. Oh, you did send it on Discord. You didn't send it on Patreon. That's what it was. My bad. I missed it on Discord. Okay. As long as you're listening, I can just read it out and not type it out. Pick wide receiver 3 and 3 flexes. Half PPR. Robbie Anderson, Damian Harris, Nyheim Hines, Marvin Jones, Jamison Crowder, Mike Evans, AB. Okay. So, as of right now, we're going to go with Harris, Hines. Hines. I think Harris, Hines, Crowder, maybe Marvin Jones. Let me actually think about this for a bit. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think Harris, Hines, and Crowder is probably the best of the bunch there. Let's see here. A couple more questions before I get to Taysom Hill or Bernard. Alex, you got to play Taysom Hill at your flex if you got the chance to do so today. Gank XU24 says Godwin, Bernard, Duke Johnson. I'm going to play Godwin there. In a non-PPR, actually, I'm going to go with Bernard. Sorry. I didn't see the non-PPR part. Rocky T says JD McKissick or T. Higgins in a flex. Full half PPR. Half PPR, we'll go T. Higgins there. Let's see here. Amari Cooper or AB in a full PPR. MF Blizzy, we're going to go with Amari Cooper there. Let's see. Matt Ryan or Cousins? Go Matt Ryan. It's game day. That's correct. CEH or AB in the flex? I go with CEH. Ryan or Cam? I'm going to go Ryan. Again, the top corner for that team's gone. Fulgham. I don't want to play Fulgham, guys. I don't think there's any scenario in this week that I'm playing Fulgham. If he scores, then so be it. Okay, let's see. Charnado sent in a dono, but there wasn't a message attached to it. Why does this? Okay, here it is. Pick 3: T. Higgins, Devontae Parker, or Mark Andrews. Wait, what? Pick 3? There's only 3 names. You're memeing, right? You must be like pick 2 or something. So if I'm picking 2 out of the bunch, it's Mark Andrews and T. Higgins. Joel sent in a question, or sent in a donation, but the message was retracted, so I don't know where your question is. Is Fulgham a drop? No. Just get out of this week in this matchup, and you'll be fine. Indy D or Browns D? I'm probably going Browns. Tony sent in a question, says pick 3: Evans, Crowder, Woods, Higgins. Higgins for sure. Crowder for sure. Woods. I'm going to leave Evans on the bench. Pick up Josh Reynolds now? Fire alert? Why? What happened? You're scaring me. You're beginning to frighten me. Kel's 22. What did you hear, huh? What's happened? What's happening? All right. Anyway, Carlos Sanchez says Ahmed or Woods in the flex. I'm going to go with Ahmed there. All right, guys. 2 more minutes. No more. Don't send any more donations. I really do appreciate you guys, though, coming out, donating to the channel, helping run this thing, keeping the lights on throughout the season, clicking the like button. Really do appreciate it. Like I was mentioning earlier, we have 3 games on Thursday, which means tomorrow will be the waiver wire video. But then Tuesday, we'll have running backs and tight ends. Wednesday, we will have wide receivers and quarterbacks. So that Thursday morning, we will be streaming pronto, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, doing this exact same thing over again. So come with your questions. Thursday morning should be a wonderful Thanksgiving for this year. But either way, I don't know what games are exactly on that day, but should be fun regardless. Appreciate you guys coming by today, supporting the channel as much as you guys have. It's awesome. Oh, what the heck? Yeah. Okay. Outside of that, we should be good to go. Whew. Man, today was a rough day, huh? All right. Let's see how this goes, man. It's going to be a very interesting day. In one of my home leagues, I need a win out in order to clinch the playoffs. Mixon going out for the next 3 weeks is maybe the blessing in disguise. I think Giovanni Bernard is going to have to step up for me today. I mean, truly going to have to step up. Okay, guys. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I appreciate you guys' continued support. I'm sorry I can't answer all the questions. If I was to try to answer all the questions, I think I might be here for 9 hours, which, again, wouldn't be a surprise. If you guys haven't already, join the Discord. There's a lot of people there chatting as we speak, answering each other's questions, getting everything settled for this week. I really do appreciate you guys supporting the channel going forward. It's going to be a very, very stressful week for me, to say the least. Putting out 1 video a day is already tough enough, doing all of the work and editing and all that kind of jazz. So 2 videos a day is going to be my living hell. So either way, thank you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow as we talk about some waiver wire pickups. Until then, appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.